virtue of wisdom of Nagarjuna. Etienne Lamotte. Composed by the Bodhisattva Nagarjuna and translated by the Tripitaka Dharma Karaya Kumarajiva of the land of Kucha. Under the later sin. Translated from the French. By Gelongma Karma Migmi Chodron. Chapter 25. Patience toward the Dharma. I. General definition. What is meant by patience toward the Dharma? To endure sycophants and flatterers as well as violent and lustful people constitutes patience toward beings. To endure adulation and flattery as well as violence and lust constitutes patience in regard to the Dharma. Furthermore, Dharmamaksanti consists of not feeling any of the 6 inner attractions, not seizing any of the 6 outer objects, and not making any distinction between the 2 categories. Why? Because inner is mixed with outer and outer is mixed with inner. Actually, the 2 characteristics are equally non-existent, presenting a single nature, resulting from the complex of causes and conditions, and are really empty. The nature of all dharmas is eternal purity, the true nature, the limit of existence, the real nature. Dharmas are included in non-duality, but although they are without duality, they are not, however, single. Seeing all dharmas in this way, without developing them in one's mind or in one's firmly held views, is what is called Dharmamaksanti. Thus, in the P. Mo Lo Ki King, the Bodhisattva Fatchou said, arising and cessation are 2. The absence of arising and the absence of cessation is the teaching on entering into non-duality. And, finally, the Bodhisattva Wen Chu Che Li said, the absence of hearing, absence of seeing, cessation of all thoughts, absence of words and absence of speech, that is the teaching on the entry into non-duality. Questioned in turn about non-duality, Vimalakirti remained silent and said nothing. And all the bodhisattvas congratulated him, saying, good, good. That is the true teaching on the entry into non-duality. Enduring outer and inner sufferings and the afflictions. Furthermore, the dharmas altogether form 2 groups. I. Beings, things. We have already spoken about the bodhisattva's patience toward beings. Here we will speak about patience toward things. There are 2 kinds of things. I. Mental things, extra-mental things. Among the extra-mental things, some are inner and others are outer. Cold, heat, wind, rain, etc. are outer. Hunger, thirst, old age, sickness, death, etc. are inner. All the categories of this type are extra-mental. Among the mental things, there are 2 types. I. Anger, sadness, doubt, etc. Lust, pride, etc. These 2 categories are mental things. Whether it is a question of mental things or extra-mental things, the bodhisattva endures them both without flinching. This is what is called Dharmamaksanti. A. Enduring outer sufferings. Question. With regard to a being, anger or killing are sinful, whereas compassion is meritorious. But cold, heat, wind, or rain derive neither benefit nor inconvenience from our attitude toward them. Then why endure them? Answer. 1. Although they derive no benefit or inconvenience from our attitude, the very fact of experiencing annoyance or anger as a result of them is fatal to the bodhisattva's career. This is why it is necessary to endure them. 2. Moreover, in killing, the sin consists not in the very fact of killing a being but rather in the evil intention which is the cause of the killing. Why is that? To kill a being, provided that it is without a predetermined intention, does not constitute a sin, but to nourish benevolence for a being, even though this being derives no benefit from it, is very meritorious. This is why even if cold, heat, wind or rain derive no benefit or inconvenience from our attitude toward them, one commits a sin merely by having bad feelings toward them. Therefore they should be endured. 3. Finally, the bodhisattva knows that it is as a result of his previous faults that he has taken birth in this sorrowful place. Age says to himself, "What I myself have done I must myself endure." Thanks to this reflection, he is able to endure cold and the other outer sufferings. B. Enduring inner sufferings. 1. Moreover, the bodhisattva says to himself, "There are two kinds of fields, those that are pure, those that are impure." The bodhisattva who has been born into an impure field and undergoes bitter suffering there, such as the torments of hunger or cold, makes the aspiration to possess a pure field and says to himself, "When I will be Buddha, all these sufferings will not exist in my field. These sufferings, although they are impure, will be of benefit to me." 2. Moreover, the bodhisattva says to himself, "If the 8 human situations cannot be avoided by the saints, how then could I avoid them? Therefore I must endure them." 3. Moreover, the bodhisattva who reflects knows that the human body is without power or weight, is prey to old age, sickness and death. Even though the celestial existence to which he could aspire is pure, free of old age and sickness, the bodhisattva hesitates to become attached to celestial bliss. Actually, a god is like a drunk man, unable to cultivate the merits of the path, of entering the monastic life or of renunciation. Therefore it is in his human body that the bodhisattva is obliged to win merit and act for the benefit of beings. 4. Moreover, the bodhisattva says to himself, "I have taken on a body made of the 4 great elements and the 5 aggregates. Thus inevitably I will experience all kinds of suffering. It is impossible that one can avoid suffering when one assumes a body. Rich or poor, monastic or lay, foolish or wise, scholarly or ignorant, all cannot avoid it. The rich man experiences constant fear in guarding his wealth. He is like a fat sheep about to be led to the slaughterhouse. He is like a crow holding some meat in its beak with the other crows chasing it. The poor experience hunger and cold. The monk, despite the sufferings he undergoes in the present lifetime, will find happiness and will win the path in the next lifetime. The lay person, despite the happiness he experiences in the present lifetime, will find suffering in the future lifetime. The fool, who is looking for happiness in the present lifetime, runs up against impermanence and then will find suffering. The wise person, who meditates on the sadness of impermanence, will later find happiness and will attain the path. Thus all those who possess a body cannot avoid suffering. This is why the bodhisattva must cultivate patience. 5. Moreover, the bodhisattva says to himself, "The entire universe is suffering. How then could I seek happiness?" 6. Moreover, the bodhisattva says to himself, "For innumerable cosmic periods, I have ceaselessly undergone all the sufferings without getting any benefit. Now that I am seeking Buddhahood in the interests of beings, I should have great benefit in enduring this suffering." This is why he will patiently endure all outer and inner sufferings. 7. Finally, with a great mind, the bodhisattva has made the aspiration to endure the sufferings of the Apai hell and the No-Li hell. How could he not endure the lesser sufferings of the present? If he does not withstand these petty sufferings, how will he withstand the great sufferings? The enduring of these many outer inconveniences is called Dharmamaksanti. See, enduring the afflictions.